All right, it's time for the Fluffle to assemble. Hearty shout out to all of you in the Rabyd Nation. Welcome one and all, whether you're a paid for citizen, whether you are just a tourist who's subscribed and just looking around, or whether you're looking across the border and wondering whether or not to emigrate to such a wonderful nation as the Rabyd Nation. Welcome one and all. Welcome to the Rabyd Atheist Show. I'm your host, Ed Rabyd, a former pastor, turned atheist, now compassionate anti-theist. Welcome to my channel. Welcome everybody. Today, I'm just curious. I guess it's more of a curiosity thing on my part. More curiosity on my part as to what kind of like groups and communities and things do people belong to. Particularly interested in those of us that are deconverted, what kind of communities we belong to. I've got my own that I want to highlight today. Of course, one of them is the lovely Fluffle of Fangs on Discord. And so you'll find that link in the description. So if that's a community you want to check out and willing to join, always willing to promote them. But there's a couple other ones that I have utilized in the past and will probably utilize in the future. So I want to talk about them and give them a little shout out to them as well. See, there's a goal in chat. That's my way of making money to continue my mission to normalize atheism and deconversion. I also did a video I released today at 8, my 7 rules for doing stuff. And so I've doing this stuff on the channel. I would like, it's like 9 minutes, but I would like some honest comments. I've been very grateful for all the comments that have come in so far. Thank you so much for all of you that have done that. It's led to some interesting discussions, which I may highlight later today in the stream. I won't necessarily pull them up, but some of the ideas that we're dealing with. Let's see. Hold up. Apparently not. Again, I'm going to have to, this is like 4 days in a row. I'm going to have to, I checked to see if this is like a problem across YouTube, but I don't think it is. So I'm going to have to, I will keep track of them manually. So you can still give them and know we'll get there. But for some reason, it's not counting the goals, and that's really irritating me. Yeah, it's what the heck, YouTube. It really is. So, but it's not a problem across YouTube. I checked on that. So it may be something directly related to my channel. So I'm going to have to, it might be not a big enough problem where they've noted it. So we'll deal with it. But thanks for the donation. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'll keep track of that manually. When we get to 5, we'll put on the hat. All right. Any other, of course, a stream, have a stream tomorrow. So we'll do that as well. I stream every day, Monday through Friday. So, but let's see who's here. Blossom was here earlier. Little Red Pony was here. Good to see you. Evan is here. Ron from Indian Lake is here. Azo is here. Faye is here. Dragon Rider's here. Michael's here. Professor Shizzle is here. So it is a widespread issue. Okay, fair enough. Some organizations that I belong to, some communities I belong to, of course, I've kind of created my own community here at the Rabyd Atheist, and it's not just the Fluffle of Fangs. The fact that we get together 5 days a week and talk about different topics, and we're here together doing different things. That's part of the community building that I've been trying to do. A lot of part of the video I did earlier today and released earlier today to the general membership, of course, has had access to this for, about 24 hours before that. But the issue of community building and building the community in the right way is a large part of what I'm doing at. So there's that. And so my issue with community is what resources have I used in the past that were community in nature and were helpful to me. And there's 2 of them in particular I do want to talk about. at this point. So, hey, Vixen. And hey, Felicia. Good to see Felicia. All right. I'm just catching up. The number one community I think that helped me when I was deconverting early on, and they're not as something I participate uh, much more as loud as I used to when I first got out of the church and deconverted and stuff like that. So no more drama. No, I'm just going to highlight a couple of them. I don't want any more drama either. I'm kind of done with it. But hey, good to see you, Robin. Um, One of the ones that really helped me, and I want to highlight this one because it's something that led me to a couple other organizations that I'll talk about. Um, and that's the Clergy Project. Now, the reason I still have the Clergy Project in my stuff, if you go down through there, when I came out of the ministry, okay, when I left the church, I probably should have actually joined the Clergy Project before I left the church. They were very instrumental in being a support group of people who had been through the same thing. And nobody's leaving or deconversion is the same. And it was a nice organization to get into because they ended up hooking me up with other things that helped me in the transitional period. Now, a lot of people try to make the Clergy Project into more than what it is. It openly states that it's about transitional. And when you're done with the transition, they don't really go any farther than that. They lead you to the path. They try to lead you to the path you need to be on as a former minister in a certain sense, like with counseling and I'll talk about one of the organizations they had led me to there. But I don't participate with the Clergy Project anymore because I think I reached the end of their purpose with me. Like for me, it was like, okay, thanks for the support community. Thanks for people to talk to about this. Thanks for the resources. But once I got to a certain point, the 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 need for it disappeared. I tried getting involved in the leadership of it a little bit, but it didn't appeal to me. And that was more of a personal choice, nothing against them, but I recognize them for what they are, which is they are helping former minister or current minister through a transition that's very detrimental because I think a lot of people don't realize when you give up your career, anybody who's ever given up her former career knows exactly what I'm talking about. There's a lot of stress with that. You lost your community. And you're trying to find some sort of as a temporary community that helps you through a transitional period. The Clergy Project is first rate. So after that, I don't know. I kind of drifted away from them because I think I fulfilled my purpose. I was like Clergy Project graduate 1004 or something. And so it was kind of that. But they led me to two other things that I was a part of, one briefly, and then the other one that I'm still kind of a supporter of and still in because I still go to therapy. But the one that was more temporary is they led me to a career counseling organization, which unfortunately I don't remember the name. But what they did is got me to think about what I could do and what I couldn't do. So that was kind of a community. It wasn't so much a community, but resources, and that was nice. And that's what the Clergy Project did for me too. It was a nice community. It was a temporary community that got me through that. The other organization they led me to, which has led to more of a long-term relationship with my therapist, is Recovery from Religion. And I want to give props to them. There's a lot of people firing shots at Recovery from Religion, but that they are exactly what they say they are. Okay. They're just there to help you recover from your religious traumas. They don't necessarily deal with other traumas. They don't necessarily deal with other types of counseling. They're not a prevention organization. After you've been busted up, pick you up and try to help you get your life back together organization. That's more their speed. That's more what they do. And because of them, I still have my current therapist. It's a long-term therapy relationship that's really, really working for me. And I see her every other week. And so it's like but it was the clergy project community that kind of got me into the other two things. And so I'm kind of lumping that all as one thing. And then, of course, here as we kind of built the Fluffle. So it's, and that's my concern. I want a community where people can talk about things. I don't want to be the pastor. I want a conversational community. So I, and so I'm kind of curious, I guess, what other organizations, other communities that people belong to that have helped them with either deconversion or just in general with life. Because I think we're very communal in nature, and I'm just kind of interested in that. But I will also, as always, deal with whatever the chat tries to distract me with. So here we go. All right. Let's see. I'm part of a mutual aid, disability justice, and health justice communities, in part because I like 9 times out of 10, no one's going to watch out for us except us at this point. Yeah. I think, Evan, that's kind of one of those communities, like the way it's been described to me. You described it to me. It's like, yeah, nobody else is going to watch out for us, so we're going to have to watch out for each other, kind of thing. So yes, yeah, it's. I think sometimes we get put in communities of necessity, and I kind of find that very fascinating. That humans, like we were having, I was having a discussion with today, in a comment about tribalism, and my point about tribalism, I think it's inherent in human beings. Like it's so part of our evolution that I don't think we get rid of it. The trick is to do it in a way that's beneficial. And I think you look at yourself and nobody's watching out for us, so let's form a tribe, and that's fine. That's actually a good use of it. The video has completely lost for half of it. I think I'm just out of touch with the meta side of things. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm a part of our community that has similar interests of mine and hasn't kicked me out yet. Is that a problem, Michael? Do you get kicked out of a lot of communities? I'm just thinking. Yeah, me too. Counting goals, calories, what a waste. My issue with community, the notion of online community is popularized by bloggers and media influence as a way of extracting wealth from people. You have a valid point. Like I think there's the community that wants to do that to make the money to be successful. I make no bones about it. I have 3 goals here with my content at times, and that's to entertain you, to make you think, and to make money. Like I make no bones about it. Like I'm trying to find a way to make my knowledge and skills and the things I know about work for me and make a living. I'm not getting rich doing this. I can tell you that, but it's nice. It's a nice bonus. Okay, to deal with all the nonsense. So it's kind of nice, but I get what you're saying because there have been a lot of people like the issue of online. Like I feel the same way about online community as I do like the atheist community, as if it's a single monolithic entity. I just don't. There's a lot of online communities, and they're very different. So yeah, but the idea of community is definitely there. It has been exploited, and I will acknowledge that. Yes. Mm. Yeah, community means mailing list. That's a valid point too. Happened to me in leaving Christianity was studying world religions on YouTube. It's a channel by a Druid influencer. Yeah, like that's interesting. Like, oh, I could see that. Because when I was studying paganism, when I first came out of the church, one of the things the pagans point out a lot is that in some ways polytheism makes more sense than monotheism. You can you can actually see the world designed by like a committee of gods far easier than you can say one single intelligent designer. So, so there you go. Yeah, yeah, we do build. There's definitely some sale funnel stuff. Yeah, like I agree. That's why I'm saying I agree with this. Like there's I don't know. It's just gotten so big now. Like there are so many quote unquote online communities. Like are all of them motivated? Like I think in the early days of online community, you could say that. But I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, that's like if you're. I'm glad you're somebody's an ambassador for that. F, recovery from religion does so much good. Like that's why I'm sad to see them under fire from time to time. But it's like their whole point is to connect people who have been victims of religion and religious indoctrination and various things to therapists that can help them. Like, and in their case, they also kind of filter to make sure that therapists are like non-believers. Like, I have an atheist therapist, so it's like she doesn't believe in God, she doesn't believe in any of that stuff, and so she even has fun with it too, and so I don't have to like get past the Christian counseling vibe with her. So, like I did with the counselor, I had me and my wife were trying to save our marriage, and he was a Christian, and it was like every time I wanted to talk about the faith difference between me and my now ex-wife, it was always a problem because he would default to the Christianese stuff, and I'd have to take off. So pasta is very good. Yeah, I think that's the point of that one. So there you go. Like, be careful what communities you're a part of. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Less stress, less trauma when you're on your own. I'm on my own a lot too. I absolutely get that. Yes, it's pretty obvious that just not holding a belief in God does not. Yeah, like there's other things that bind a community together. That's kind of my point of doing this stream today. Is like communities are different, and we've entered an age of online communities, plural, where you kind of have to like assess whether or not you want to be a part of them. Um, the atheist online YouTube community is still very factional, and so it's like you have to understand what you're getting involved with. Yes, let's not get rich as doing this as a community of friends. Yeah, sure. Communities join you, Spooky. Good to see you, Spooky. Okay, there you go. You and Hizzle. All right. See, there you go. Having grown up as internet was starting to become a thing, which kind of coincided with the stranger danger being a big thing. It feels weird that online cues like this feel so important to me. Yeah, man. Yeah, when I think about the history of the internet, those two things were together for a while. Stranger danger and the whole internet community was starting to be developed. It was about the same thing, same time frame. So yes, it's kind of weird that it's kind of important to us because we rush into it. Like, you don't even know half these people, really, do you? And you're like, oh, but we can talk about the same things, and it's cool. So yeah, but yeah, I absolutely can see that. Uh, yeah, the recovery from religion. That's one of the things that it's got to be secular methods. They won't put you with a Christian counselor, thankfully. And I'm glad there's an organization that does that. Yeah, I've tried to make that case to Theist Vixen, and they get mad at me. At times in the past, a few years ago, there was some person that wanted to get in a comment battle. I can't remember what video it was on, but it was like, you do realize that God sometimes describes himself as feminine in some of these stories, right? And they went ballistic on me, like, oh, he's a man. So, okay, so like, you're a part of the underground satanic deviants cabal community. I've never been invited. I've just never have been invited to that community, so I have no idea what that's about. So, good to see you, Sandals. Yeah, I think I'm I on a I honestly think that we I don't know. Sometimes I think we're so desperate for community, we're a little bit more trusting than we should be. So it's a word of caution. It's a word of warning. Like, I tell people, like, if Yeah, I think I'm probably going to tell people more often, like if you are considering like this community, you should probably watch me for about a week, interact and chat for a while, and then make your decision. And make sure you're putting a deadline on that decision. That's a little bit in the future, but not too far. And if it's not your thing, then I'm not going to be upset. I want people that want to be here and want to engage. So it's like that. So there she is. Wonderful, lovely, smart, intelligent, beautiful. I killed Earl. The lap in which our Lord naps. And one of the smartest women I know. Welcome, Earl. Good to see you. Yeah, I remember. Jeez, this is the early days of the internet when everything was like forums. Like there wasn't like YouTube. YouTube didn't exist. Okay. I know that's hard for people to believe, but there was a time that YouTube didn't exist. Um, and it was a lot of forums and chat rooms and stuff like that. Like it was all of that. And I'm surprised I survived as well. So, but yes, yes. Oh, man, we should go back to 8-bit computers like Commodore and just to communicate over dial-up. I don't think we're. See, Felicia, I think as much as I would desire that certain times as well, I think the genie's out of the bottle. Like it's not going to go back to the way it was. But dial up and all that stuff, I remember that so well. But you would get into a forum post and somebody would post something and you would respond to it and go back and forth and be this keyboard warrior battle at times. And yes, I am very surprised that I survived some of that. So say most who emphasize community are doing it for money. I wouldn't even say Ed is an example, or for better or worse. I tend to be suspicious of own community. Yeah, I'm like, I'm just setting I don't know. I don't know what I'm. What are we doing here? It's a good question. Maybe that's why I'm asking the question. Um, I do think that in the past, Blossom, this community here, like I've had a couple people come through it that were deconverting, and the community helped them with that, and so I'm very grateful for that. Like I don't know if I focus on using the community as for financial gain. I don't think that's my goal. If you like my stuff and you want to give to it, I'm happy to take it. And if you can't afford it, please don't give. Like don't do that to me. Like as a former minister, I have trauma about that, about people giving when they didn't have the money. So so get mad and they say, hey, it's all take it or leave it, and usually ends the conversation. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm honest about my motivations. Okay. I've told people my motive for this forever. Like I read my motivations in an author, and he said, yeah, I'm. He actually put number one, like I'm a writer because I need to make money to eat, and two, like this is I hope to make you think, and three, I hope to entertain you so it's interesting to listen to. And I've always stuck with that because it's just he was just very honest about why he was doing what he's doing. Content creators content create, and I think the goal for a lot of us is to make a living at it because we enjoy doing it. And if the community likes it and they support it that way, then great. If not, I'm still probably going to be out here doing content. Like I'm still going to be doing it. So yeah, you can have online relationships with people you don't actually know very well. So yeah, it's a concern of mine. So there's that. It's only a community if it's beneficial for every member. That doesn't rule out commercial interests. Yeah, that's true. Only YouTube. There was a time back in the day. Yes, I could play the dial. I suppose I could get the sound effect of the dial tone. So Earl is a wise woman. Yes, she is. I always talk up Earl. There was a moral panic regarding stranger danger. Part of that led to the Amber Alert system and a whole lot of helicopter parenting. Yes. Yeah, like true, Earl. Like, see, this whole online thing has kind of been a double edged sword, hasn't it? On the one hand, it's provided a new avenue for those kind of people. But at the same time, it also has allowed us to alert people to those kind of people far better. And so, because back in the day before the internet, yes, I remember these times, um, a lot of those people got away with it because they didn't know. And and it's like awareness is much more is stronger, I think. So it's like it it really is a problem. Like every technology thing we do becomes a problem. So yeah, I had a second phone number for my internet as well, Blossom. Like I had to have my internet phone number and to do the dial-up connection, and then I had my regular. And we didn't have smartphones, and cell phones weren't as common back then either. You had your thing on the wall. A week ago, I met up with 5 friends that I've met online, many of which I've known for a decade before meeting in real life, and the other 3 couldn't make it. I have less friends in real life. Yes. Uh, told me that they should see you convert instead. Yes. Oh, the priest of bun. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Blossom. Like, yeah, there's a fakeness to some of it. Like, I'm just upfront. Like, I'm trying to make a living doing this, just like any author would try to make a living writing books or anything like that. I'm creating content that I hope people enjoy. I do a week long live stream Monday through Friday. Becoming a podcast kind of thing, and doing a few videos out there. And I am also trying to become an author as well. So I'm back to writing and pulling out stuff and trying to come up with ideas of what to write about. And it's it's the challenge of being a person who spent a lifetime, most of my life, being in the ideological space of religion. And then you're pulled out of that. So, what do you do with all that? Can you make any use of it and still make a living? That's kind of what I'm doing. So, but yeah, there are some people like they're all up in the community and loving on their community, and like I wonder how much money they're going to make me today. Yeah, I've seen those. So you're not going to make a living doing it. Oh, do you know that, Felicia? Yeah, there were other TV stream type things, but I'm talking about a day before there was any of that. There was a day that none of that TV stuff, like video had to be downloaded and it took flipping forever. Like even photos took forever back in the day. In the 90s, that was particularly true. Like if you tried to do a dial up connection and try to upload a photo, that could take literally an hour, depending on how complicated the photo was. So it's like, ugh. So there you go. I do appreciate that I've managed to talk with some of y'all face to face, or at least voice to voice. Still on Alan Randos on the internet, but it feels better. Yeah. Uh, Ed is an industry plan for big atheism. I wish. Oh, I could retire from Walmart if that was true, huh? Yeah, like it's not one big thing, Ryan. I That's kind of been my point. That's why I said communities, because it's like everybody's different. Everybody's deconversion is different. Everybody's needs in their life is different. And so I think we join online communities because of those differences, and the ones I'm just interested in the ones that people are part of, because it kind of tells me, I think the communities you're involved with kind of tells me something about you and what your interest is. So this Compy served, then Prodigy and Serenade. Oh yes, those sweet, sweet. Oh, hey, good to see you, Martin. And I made a call-in show until we win, and helped stream the first ever live stream conference. No Mex fun times. Oh, Felicia, you've been around for a long time. Long time. Ah, quite as old as me, but holy cow. Um, eh, I've heard of Blip, but never. YouTube felt like a huge game changer. Videos before then were all in. Yeah, like it was. Like I think that's why YouTube blew up so well, and it's still around. Because let's be honest, this is a kiss. Like this is a simple system to use. Like once I've created my online, do a little typing, and my videos out there, like it's super easy to do what we do now. But back then, yeah, it was a little bit harder. Hey, Native. Good to see you, Native. Yes, the internet is a dangerous place. I tell them rotten quorum, rotten calm, smile, nod, and watch old Homestar run. Yes, yeah, but yeah, like it's the internet has always been a dangerous place, but it's also been a good place at times. So I think that's the thing with any technology. Like I've yet to run into a technology that's all good or one that's all bad. So it's like it's hard to differentiate that. But yes, there was a time when the internet was much harder to use and you had to have a lot more technical knowledge. But now there's so many systems that just make it so easy. Anybody can do it, and it's a question of being motivated to do things and getting things done. So we are all multifaceted, thus members of different communities, if we want to or not. Even if you're the sole member of a local prepper group. I wish I could say there were soul preppers in my area, but there's I think there's a community of preppers in where I live. So, which is weird. Like we're not like I'm in the middle of rural Michigan, and like yesterday I was like watching Detroit Atheist Queen and Black Non-Believers were having their promo yesterday, and it's like I'm not from Detroit, so but yeah, man, yeah, they're not generally preppy, are they? They don't wear the sweater and the nice slacks and the shoes, do they? But yeah, like it's man, the prepper community is weird, and I get stuff from them all the time, probably because of where I live. Um, like there's so many people that just want to be self sufficient around here. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I think yes. By one point, dehydrated water this that you wish you didn't exist. Yes, it's weird too. Like you reach certain ages, and all of a sudden you get ads like that you didn't want. Like you show up at somebody's website for a second to do some research on them, and the next thing I know, I'm getting ads from that same organization. I was like, I'm not here to join your organization. I'm doing research on it to see if whether it's legit. It's like, what are you doing? But yeah, like the community of preppers is very interesting. They have a very religious dogma to them. Like you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Anything can happen. Look at COVID. Look at COVID. Yeah, and we're still here. So but yes, yeah, I agree with you, Earl. Like but they will always use that self sufficient language. Like so many of them are trying to be self sufficient, and I'm like, no, that's just you're waiting for the world to blow up so Jesus will return. then you can be then you can be really happy. And it's like, how would you be happy after such a cataclysmic event? It's one of the things about apocalyptic people that I just don't understand. Like you do realize that a lot of people have to die for that to happen, right? Like a lot of people have to be destroyed to have that happen. And they're like, no, no. So, but yes, Yeah, it is really end times bullshit. I would agree with you on that one. The more I, yeah, they do terrify me too. Okay. Because they're like, they have no concern for anything except themselves. It's a very selfish movement. And I've told a couple of them that it's like, you're just being selfish. Like it's all about you and you surviving, and you don't even give a damn about anybody else. So that's why you're going to have problems surviving if such a thing didn't happen, because you have no network to do that. So yes, it's like running a business. You also learn things you never wanted to know. Yeah, you try to start a business, Michael, and you'll get on several people's mailing just for saying so. I'm in a prepper group, but we're all strengthening our bonds within our neighborhood and growing food. Yeah, like that I can understand. Like, given recent human experience, like I can understand where catastrophic things can happen and you want to be prepared for them. Like, if you live in a place where hurricanes hit on the reg, not having some sort of hurricane preparation, that's just dumb. Like, okay, like you should be prepared for that. And if you like in Michigan, it's usually the winter. Like you got to be blizzard prepped, because you can get snowed in and be in the same place for a week. What are you going to do if that happens? So it's like you have to have. I have no problem with prep like that. It's these people that are prepping for the end of the world as we know it. They want to play the song. That I have a problem with, because their mentality is such that they're not even thinking about anybody else. So that's they stress me out. Earl's right. They kind of terrify me a little bit. So an egg donation, dude, between that and the fact that it's figured out I'm a trans dude, is constantly trying to get to donate sperm. Yeah, there you go, Evan. Let's see. The Armageddon preppers are a fascinating bunch because a lot of them have yeah, they do. That's what's weird about them, because like they will sit there and lecture you on how to get a drinking water system that you can create out of rocks in a barrel. Like it's they have this really good technical knowledge about the subject that they're in, but man, their viewpoint of how the world's going to end is kind of flipping scary to me. Like it does scare the crap out of me. So, so those, they are extreme. Oh, that's the local hippie group, not the preppers. Southwest Ohio. Lots of people have come to realize the strength of community. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with prepping for disaster. I don't have a problem with that at all. I have a lot of problems with prepping for the end of the world, a total apocalyptic scenario. And a large part of your plan is how to figure out how to dig a hole in the ground and hide in it while the rest of the world goes to hell. Like, I have a lot of problem with that, because that's kind of scary. And some of these people, they're like itching for it. Like there's people that are preppers, like they want it to happen. They want to test their systems. They want to see if it works. it's, it's a scary community at times. It varies. You're more Nordic than hippie. Yeah, I can get that. Like, yeah. I feel that statement. I feel that I'm more Nordic than hippie. Yeah, but like some of the people I've run into around here, it's like, you are just aching for Jesus to return. You want the tribulation. You want all this crap. You want the millennium. Um, you want all that end times bullshit because you want to test your systems. You want to make sure what you did worked. You want it now. Damn it. Everyone wants to build a community, wants to be part of a community, wants this or that other thing. I just wanted to be mildly successful indie game. Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I just want a moderately successful YouTube channel. That would be nice. But yeah, definitely hear you there. Well, there you go. There you go. To be fair, we are a bit closer to places like Russia, and given the current state of things, the government is also working on getting more resilient, including civilians. Yeah, like your political situation. Like Americans, people in the United States are a little bit spoiled in that regard because we have these things called the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean bordering us. And you have to have a really good amphibious unit to like take over America. And our two closest neighbors aren't that either. So we kind of have this. The preppers here are more focused on like either a nuclear Armageddon, a biological Armageddon, or Jesus's return. So that starts the trib. So yeah, I feel, yeah, a lot of people are there, Earl, not just you. Like I want to be able to go into a grocery store and not have to pay $5 for shit that I used to pay $2 for. So yeah, they want the disaster to happen because they want to test what they know. It's a really weird mentality. Like you got there's the preppers that build their bomb shelters. There's the preppers that build some sort of eco, resistant shelter, and there's the ones that are waiting for the demons to be loosed on planet Earth. So they definitely want this stuff to happen so they can do that. Now that's probably a good example of a toxic community. Maybe I don't know. Like there's certain things that they don't care about other human beings at times too. It's the disturbing nature of it. Wanted to build a community that would fix a lot of problems. Yes. Wood stoves and good wood supply must take a second main. Losing the electric with nothing with electric heating sucks. And have a candle collection kept the living room at even 65. Yeah, like I've had that situation happen to me here too, where the power goes out, and then I have gas heat, but it's an electric ignition, so you can't get your furnace fired up in the first place. And I live in an apartment, so I don't have access to that. So I just email something. But if the electric's out, it's really hard to email somebody. So as part of an amateur weather community, as part of live streams that covered hurricanes and severe weather. Oh, that'd have been cool, except having to have the disaster to cover something. Yeah, but I love weather people because they're usually they understand the weather a lot better than I do, which is good. I always want to keep people like informed, but yeah, weather here is just weird. The Great Lakes muck with things, particularly Lake Michigan. So yeah. I want appreciation that releasing into a mindfully successful. Heck, it better be. I'm not getting any younger. Nope, none of us are. The local ones. All right, yeah. I prefer weather made by professionals. Yeah. God about that intelligent design. Let's talk about weather. Let's talk about weather and intelligent design sometime. Some churches want the second coming because they believe Jesus will reject the Jews and hand the keys of Jerusalem to Christians. They want that city. The Baptist church I grew up in preached it. Yes, like this is what I'm dealing with here. Like, I live in the western part of Michigan is very red. So if you understand that, there's a lot of conservatives here, but I think on a social side of things, they're a little bit more liberal. Like I see, like there's families here that fly the poly flag, and that's the way they do things. There's LGBTQ people here that fly their flags and put their stuff in the windows. And so that element is here and they're representing, right? But you also have the like fundamentalist Christian side of things here. And so they believe in this end time stuff. And they're part of these communities, churches that also believe in end time stuff. And so they're prepping along the lines of the world's going to go to hell and we're all ready for it. Okay, so it allows them to reject all those people, but they don't have to care about the fact that people are representing in their area for LGBTQ or poly or any of that stuff. They don't have to care about that because from their perspective, they're going to survive and all those people are going to burn. And so they don't really necessarily engage those people other than to ignore them and just assume they can dehumanize them and not treat them as equal humans because they're just going to burn. And there's a lot of fundamentalist churches out here that preach that very thing, what you're talking about. So, all right. Well, I'm going to take my 2-minute break and I will be right back. Interested in any other communities you're involved with or any questions? We'll go into Fluffle time. All questions accepted at this point. Not that they haven't been already, but so. But I'm going to take my 2-minute break, and I will leave you this wonderful piece by I Killed Earl to occupy your time for the next 2 minutes. So see you then. All right, and we are back. Love it, Earl. Still giggle every time. Every single time. Yeah, I was wondering if you, I have a, it is awesome, isn't it? Great animation there. Earl did a fantastic job. It's still my favorite piece. And YouTube keeps, that's the one thing, Earl, though, YouTube keeps flagging me for copyright. And I'm like, I'll be damned if I'm not going to show this. So I have to keep putting it in every time. But it's like they haven't dealt with my copyright stuff completely yet, but I'm fighting it. So I've got all the tools to fight it. And so it's slow because it's YouTube. It's slow because it's YouTube. So, but I'm gonna play that every time I have a stream if I can, because it's just beautiful. Yes, we have the precept opossum. See, we can do that too. We got the precept opossum. It's an emoji, so there you go. So, hey, Azo's back. Good to see you, Azo. But yeah, I love the precept opossum, and the animation was great too. Like, I was glad you ended it with that. So, but here we go. Let's see. Yeah, speaking of precept, I did my my stream yesterday was kind of asking the apologists to give me something new. And so far, the only comment I got on that from a theist, I think, is I wish you atheists would come up with something to prove you're atheism. Something to that effect. It was about the Bible too. Like, I wish you guys would come up with something new that disproves the Bible. And I'm like, okay. So, so that's that. That's been it so far. No new takers, no nothing. Nobody's. uh, oh my goodness, this like nothing. But so far, nobody's showed up. Kind of suspected as much. I'm gonna have to go search the internet for videos to react to because I can't find it. So, but yes, like the uh, you know, just the presuppossums, you know. But like it's you would think that after a call for something new from apologetics, there would be somebody out there that said something. I think one commenter who's an atheist came up. I've seen some stuff like why it's 23 DNA, something like that. But she said it was like years ago. Like like there's kind of an admission even among my fellow atheist brothers and sisters that there just isn't anything new out here. And so that's kind of the problem. So, but yeah, like it's it's a difficult question, I think, for these apologists because they think, and it kind of affects atheist content too, because we get into the mode of just reacting to that stuff and we keep reacting to the same stuff and we don't up our game about how to really kind of debunk some of this nonsense because we don't really have to. Like they don't come up with anything new or better. And it's really hard to, in competition dynamics, it's like if your opponent doesn't get any better, like, do you have to get better? No. Like and so coming up with better stuff and better ways of doing things and better ways of engaging theists. Um, yeah, like I haven't gotten any response yet, except from one person that wanted to talk about the Bible, and I wish atheists would come up with new things to dismiss the Bible. And I'm like, I can literally dismiss the first 6 books of the Bible because there's no evidence for them, none whatsoever. But yeah. Oh, you can always do your puns. You are the priest of pun, so that's your job. Like I'm giving you that job. There are some people in the chat, Evan, that do a fairly decent job. So, but can you dismister it? Okay. Okay. But yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh man. But yeah, like that. I didn't get anything new there. Okay. But yeah, I didn't get anything there. My dealing with some of the comments of the video this morning. Most of them were positive. I think that's good. I'm trying to set a tone and an example. I don't want to. And like we were talking earlier, I don't want to build a community just so I have people that are just listening to me because they feel like it's the thing to do. So I'm terrible today. I know. You don't have to apologize. Don't worry about it. Once you get it out, okay, yeah. Past the advantages. Yeah, like you've been talking about the stuff that you're dealing with, Michael. Appreciate that you're contributing to the world. Appreciate that. Some of the other things. I wanted to talk about. Let's see. I want to get all the sidelines. The main one was the discussion about compassionate anti-theist is one of my monikers, like one of the things I say at every beginning of everything. But there was some other things. the tribalistic issue of making sure that if we do, tribalism is kind of inherent to humans. So we want to make sure the tribe is positive and not identity seeking, where we get to the point where we oppose other identities just because they're not our identity. That's a very valid concern. Um, that's actually a great idea. Um, Great idea. Just sit down and BS. Huh. Would the Rabid Atheist host such an event? Let's see. What is this Friday? I'm ready to do another experiment in live chatting with a whole bunch of people. See if I can handle it. Uh, you did. I'm glad you kept it in too. Um, you know what? I tell you what. I don't have anything planned for Friday yet. I think what I will do, and I am going to make it an atheist only stream. I only want to talk to my fellow atheists, kind of thing. But I think we can just let's do a stream on Friday because it's the last Friday of the month. Let's do something like we're going to get together, and if you want to pop in and anybody else can pop in, I will do that. I will do that this Friday. I think that's going to be. I'm just going to have like an open. I'm not going to have more than what can my autism handle? Probably 4 people, maybe 5 at the outside, but maybe we'll do that Friday. I'll just open it up and we can talk about what we want to talk about. Um, so we can talk about whatever we want to talk about. It's a dangerous thing for me to do because but I've been thinking about doing something like this on the last Friday of every month anyway. Last time I brought in Earl to talk about feminism, and I've done that before, and I think maybe I can handle something with 4 people in it, and we can do that. So, yeah. Thanks, Evan, for pointing that out to me. I know a lot of you guys watch after me, and I appreciate that so much. It's like, Ed, don't overdo yourself. Ed has, nervous issues. Um, yeah, I don't want to be more than maybe 4 people. And then if we want to bring in somebody else, somebody else has to bow out. I of course will host it, so I'll be in there the whole time. And I'll limit it to like 2 hours, like from 7 to 9 on Friday. I will do that. I think I want to end the month with that kind of stream anyway. So, and we'll see who shows up. But I'll do that Friday. I haven't. So it'll be that kind of thing. I think that's kind of something that I would love to do anyway and stream on it. So, and there's a lot of people that would participate, I think, in that on a Friday night. And I'm not interfering with too many other streams. I'm certainly not interfering with Saturday Night at the Atheist. So we'll see. But it'll be, I'll label it as an atheist only secular, maybe an atheist secularist only live stream. And that way we can get some people talking. But yeah, it's a great idea. So, because I think there is some things to talk about, but there's also some, yeah, I mean, just catching up is a good idea. I think that would be cool. So I think I'll probably do that Friday. I'll set that up. It'll probably be a day or so before I get the thumbnail out, but yeah, so yeah, it'd be very cool. Yeah, Friday night and ain't got no theist. yeah, I think that'll be do it. And I mean, it's like if you're a theist, I'm going to bounce you pretty quick. Like, okay. And yeah, it's like I want a cozy discussion just between atheists, just between content creators. I think that would be a good exercise. Like every time I do a stream, it's an experiment. Like I'm always experimenting with something. So, and like today's stream talking about communities, like is this something that people want to talk about, or is it just want to join their communities and be good with it? And that's fine. So, people have talked about some of the things they belong to, and most of it's practical. Like most of it's supposed to belong, but I think we'll probably do that. Maybe I'll do that Friday. It's the last Friday of the month, so maybe something. I don't want any more than 4 people in the stream, though. Once we hit 5 and 6, I am extremely uncomfortable. Oh, yeah, you could do that. We can connect in on that too, so that way it can be double monitored. But yeah, we can do that. But yeah, like we can have a discussion chat room for that too. People can pop in and out. So, but I think I want to do a stream with this too, Earl. Like I can, because I think we have a lot of atheist content creators, and I think we feel like sometimes we're boxed in because of that. Like I feel like this whole thing about the apologists and everything, it's like, what is there really as an atheist to talk about, or even a secularist to talk about at times? Like we hit all the standard things, the Christian nationalism, the creationism nonsense, the arguments for God's existence. Like there's a limited thing, but having us sit back and BS about a lot of other things might actually be helpful just to get some creative juices flowing for me anyway. So radio voice. I got my neck, which I kept as a middle precisely to do a weirdly masculine radio voice. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like it's gotten stale. Okay, like but there's other things to talk about in that context. Like deconversion is actually a more interesting topic to me because people coming out of religion have different stories and they have different things that they attach to make it through it. And so there's a lot more psychological dynamics there. There's a lot more social dynamics in deconversion. Atheism is like the only thing I really push back on is when people misdefine it or use it against people to dehumanize them. Then yeah, I'm going to stand up and do my standard defenses. But I've definitely moved more into a deconversion mode and more of a reconstruction mode too. Like nobody talks about how everybody talks about what to get over, but nobody talks about how to learn how to embrace new ideas, how to look at new ideas, how to research things. Like these are all connected with reconstructing your life after you leave a faith. But nobody talks about that as much, at least in my sphere. And when I look at my YouTube feed, it's like, so yeah, you can do that. I'll let you talk about it. Like, see, I'm fascinated by a lot of different topics. It's just I never get a chance to decompress as a content creator in the atheist slash deconversion space. I never get a chance to talk about the other things I'm interested in as much. So, oh, your cat's saying pet me. Okay, there you go. Do it. And don't deny kitties what they want. Come on. They are, after all, in charge, or at least think they are. But yeah, like I think we're getting to a point with a lot of content creators. Like we keep doing the same thing, and there's got to be a different way to address this topic. Maybe there isn't. Maybe the supposed King Solomon is right, and there is nothing new under the sun. It's all vanity. I don't know. I don't think that's right for some reason, but because it's in the Bible. But yeah, just hanging out. Kitties are absolutely in charge. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, like in fact, that might be something we can actually discuss. Like, is there a need for just a chill place to do this kind of thing? Like, I'm trying to create this channel as a place where people can safely talk about certain issues, particularly deal with deconversion. But the atheism question is a very narrow question, and because it's a very narrow question and a very narrow issue, it's hard to create new content about it. So it's like, I end up rehashing stuff too. So, but I also am very realization that people are maybe today just coming out of their faith. They hit my channel and it's new to them. It's the 450th time I've gone over it for me, but it's new to them. And so I'm very aware that this, like, people are at different places in that process, and I want to help them. So, um, yeah, I'll tell you about the day last week when I asked on some land ventures to cool off a particular day, and he threw a fit because I wouldn't let him hang with my hyper kitty. Yeah, I can see that. So the cats are in charge. That's fair. That's fair. They've felt they were in charge ever since they were worshipped as gods. So ever since cats have been worshipped as gods, they've just never gotten over it. So that's fine. It's fine for them. But yeah, I do think like a chill place to just chat and be live with it, because I think one of the things that disarms some very aggressive theists is they see us as something monolithic, and maybe we need to be just talking about regular stuff one night a month just so everybody can see us as human beings. Because that does happen. Like, I've lost track of the number of times that people have just straight up come at me because I have the word atheist in my name, in my channel name. So that, of course, leads back to the compassionate anti-theist stuff. Um, I spent like a month thinking about that thing. Like, I'm an anti-theist. I think we'd be about religion, but I don't think I want to approach it like a lot of other people do. So what word describes that? Compassionate. That works. And I tried a lot of different options, and I just couldn't find anything better or shorter. Usually ended up with some long definitional thing, and I'm like, I just want to say it quickly. but but in truth and experience, I have actually got more pushback about the rabid atheist part than the compassionate anti-theist. I've had a couple of contests. So you just call yourself Felicia? Okay. But yeah, like, I didn't get that pushback just from you though. It's a good pushback though. I welcome that one. But I don't know. I'm serious. I've gotten more pushback about the atheist part, and I'm not going to take that off. I did get one guy who is an atheist yell at me about the compassionate part, because he's like, you're not going to be as aggressive. You're going to keep the gloves on with theists, and you don't need to take them off. This is like it right after Trump got elected, I think. And I'm like, no, I don't think that wins the game. Like, I'm playing a long game here. Like, you know, so, but it's like, I get it, Felicia. Like, it's a, it, the thing is though, as you point out, it is absolutely philosophically correct about who I am. Like, it is what I do. It's just, I don't know a better way to put it. And I tried to find a better way to put it. And I've done it now for 6.5 years. And so I want to talk about that openly, because it was a great point that you made. So it's like, yeah, I got to re-examine everything a little bit, but yeah, it was weird. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the only people that had an objection to it before Evan were people that were atheists. They were like, no, you can't be an anti-theist and be compassionate, because that'll just cause you to pull your punches. And it's like, no, not necessarily. I'm not punching, okay, necessarily. Like, I'm not here to punch the theist. I used to be a theist. I know what that's like. And so, yeah, I know, but it's an interesting thing to talk about, because I have had that concern, Felicia. Like, I know you're not, it's a declaration, it's just an observation, and I appreciate the observation. I want to let you know that. This is not a negative on you. I was actually glad that somebody brought it up. Um, I just wrestle with how to do it differently that still communicates the same. I think, I don't know. There's part of me that says it's just good to be upfront with people with where I stand on stuff. I'm an anti-theist. I think the world would be better without religion. I think it's outlived its usefulness, and we need to get to a better paradigm as human beings. But at the same time, I understand with a lot of compassion, a lot of empathy, people that are stuck there. And so I reach out to them as somebody. I want to pull you out of your religious trap. um, yeah, I know that you're just floating ideas because I think the unique thing I have with you, Felicia, is I've listened to your show, uh, and it allowed me some insight into who you are by listening to what you talk about. And so I know you're not like declaring war or anything. You really genuinely want to have some good conversations, and I appreciate that so much about you. And so you're just making observations, and I'm cool with that. It's an observation that's been made before, but you put it in a way like, yeah, okay, I understand what they're saying, and it was very well done. The comment was very well done. Um, I just don't know a better way to put it, and I kind of want to be upfront with it, and just get it over with, and people know where I stand on that issue. That I'm against religion, but I know a whole bunch of people that get caught in religion, right? A whole bunch of them, and I'm reaching out to them not as somebody that's like attacking them or even their religion at times. Like I think religion is a scam. And so I approach it as somebody who's trying to help people out of the scam. Okay, so that's kind of what it is. Are you breathing? Are you okay? Are you okay, Earl? You need to breathe. I don't know. Listen. It's an issue for me. Like I am trying to be a good example. I think this whole recent nonsense has taught me that I absolutely next time I get asked to do something like that, I'm probably going to run it by for sure Earl and Asho for sure because they've been with me the longest and a few other people like, should I do this? Does this fit the nature of what I want to do? And the SSO. So it's one of those things that I now realize, you know what, Ed, you should probably check with a few people before you do shit. And I could have avoided the whole situation, I think, and it would have been, I could have still dealt with it. My whole concern was Phil. So um, I probably should have checked with somebody. Hey, Big Bad Mama. Good to see you. Welcome. But yeah, but I absolutely knew that you weren't like, this has got to change. That's just your floating ideas. Yeah. It's good to see Big Bad Mama. There you go. But yeah, so yeah, you know, I'm heading a different direction, a slight course correction, I think, and it'll be good. Yeah, good to see you, Big Bad Mama. Good to see you. Um, yeah, so I'm floating that, but yeah, there's just like a. You just got the notification. Well, I am working on my next video already, and I think some of you will be interested in that one, especially if you're followers of the Fluffle. I'm calling it the serious side of Fangs, and some of you are going, "What?" so, so yes, I'm going to call it the serious side of Fangs. So, and some of you are going, "What? What? Where? What is this?" Because I do Fangs as such a parody, but there's a serious side to it, and I want to talk about it. So there's a serious side to Fangs, and some of you are going, "What?" So like there is a serious side to Fangs. Earl recognizes this. There's a definite serious side to it, but we just have so much fun with it, and the Fluffle has so much fun with it that I some people are like, "There's a serious side to this." Yes, there is. I use Fangs to make a few points, and I think it's a very non-intrusive way of making points and just kind of like getting people to realize, hey, this is ridiculous. Oh wait, so so there's that. So I'm going to do my next video is the serious side of Fangs, and we'll see what amounts to that. But I've already started writing that one, so but that's the next one. And the way I'm doing videos, just so everybody knows, is I'm just when I get done with the one, I'm moving on to the next one. And when it gets finished, I'm posting it. But I'm dedicating time every day to work on a video. So just moving along. So, and then there'll be other topics that come to mind. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens. My video, I haven't done so many videos so long that I think the YouTube algorithm is having trouble grabbing them. So, yes, link in the description to the Fluffle Discord. Yes, you can always, there you go. But yes, there's a link in the description for the Fluffle of Fangs Discord, which is run by Earl, by the way. So be nice to Earl. So people ask me what I have to do with that. Very little. I show up, I talk about stuff every once in a while. So, yes, and Tilting. Good to see you, Tilting. Outstanding to see you. Yes, and please hit that like button. You did, and it felt wonderful. Yeah, the like button is very consensual, just so you know. Very, very consensual. Pretty much down for anything as long as you're pushing the like button. So, yes, yes. The Discord, the Fluffle of Fangs, is Earl's baby. She's gotten after me for mucking with it early on. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to just let Earl have it. It's one of my ways of the getting rid of the religious residue of control, like as I used to have as a pastor. I had to control everything. I'm like, no, I don't have to control that one. Earl's going to be great at it, and I'm just going to let her have it. So, so there you go. Ah, good. All right, cool. But yes, shameless self plug for the Fluffle of Fangs Discord. It's a great community. I have enjoyed of it. So, yeah, she talked to me about that, and I'm glad she got with you. Yeah, she's very helpful in a lot of areas. I can't sing Earl's praises enough. So she's one of my favorite people. So, but there you go. There you go. Yeah, it's yours, or I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it. I'm good. I got my channel. I'm good. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What did I miss? All right. See you later, Evan. Appreciate you. Get some rest. Okay. If you can, get some rest. Yeah. Too helpful sometimes, whether I like it or not. Yes. But yeah, like the Shameless channel. I don't know if we have that. We have a Shameless self plug, but I don't know if we have a Shameless channel. Some of us still are ashamed of certain things. So there you go. But yeah, like Earl was talking about that, Felicia. So outstanding. Outstanding. Said, yep, I don't think she would mind that at all, Earl. So there you go. Too helpful. Earl is very helpful. Too helpful sometimes. We got to rein her in. Might end up being helpful to everybody. You just don't have the patience for shame. Okay. After coming out as trans. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Like you're in our day and age, you're just exposing yourself to a lot of ridicule and a lot of plain up bigotry and hatred. So, yeah, I think having shame might be a detriment to being honest with yourself on that particular case. So, yeah, I can see it. Mm. Not a pretty picture, but I can see it. Mm. And not answered all the questions. Yeah, you have to acknowledge the rules or something like that. We have rules at the Fluffle. I did not make them up. I do not enforce them, except when I see them. I have the honorary title of benevolent cult leader. So, yeah, but there you go. There you go. There you go. But welcome to the Fluffle. Anybody who joins. What a good stream today. Good stream. Got a lot of issues out. Talked about a few things. Get things going. Tomorrow, I'm not sure yet. I'm torn between two ideas tomorrow. I'll figure it out tonight and post the thumbnail tomorrow morning. And of course, Thursday will always be deconversion hangout day. So those of you deconverting who need help or want to just hang out in a place where you don't have to answer questions from annoying theists that bother you, you can come and take a rest, take a break. Thursday will always be that. Um, so that'll be that. What else is going on? And then Friday, I think I'm going to have a little atheist, I don't know, round table. No more than 4 people at once. So that's about all I can handle. I'm going to experiment with that, see how that goes. But tomorrow we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to peruse the interwebs and see if there's anything that's of interest to me. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Get everybody, because I'm about to sign off because I got to go to work. And my voice is starting to give out a little bit. All right. Good to see everybody. Good to see all that. I only have to worry about punching customers for the first hour I'm there and the last hour I'm there. The other 7 hours, there's nobody in the store except the associates. So, and a few managers. So, because we got restocking to do, and I change shelves, and the maintenance people do their maintenance stuff, but I only have to worry about that usually the first hour, because the last hour there's maybe 6 customers in the store from 6 to 7, so I just don't worry about them. Like yesterday, I had to help somebody. They legitimately needed help, and I didn't have a problem I don't have a problem helping customers that legitimately need help. It's when they just they don't want to look, or they just want to bother me. So, or they don't have a clue. So, but yes, thankfully I don't have to do that anymore. I used to have to do a lot of customer service when I did my other job. So, restocking signs. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. All right. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. Good stream. Thank you very much. Appreciate all of you. I wanted to thank Professor Hizzle for the donation. The gold counter somehow is not working, but I will see what's up with that whenever I get a chance. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Great conversations. Enjoyed it. Tomorrow we'll stream again at 7. Just not sure of the topic. I'll let you know that in the morning. Do all the things. So join the Discord. If you want to join the Fluffle Fangs, make sure you do that. Discord link's in the description. And we'll see everybody tomorrow at 7. I'll see you then. As always, may Fangs nibble on all of your hearts. May he purify all of your vegetables from religious corruption with his pointy teeth. May he also give you all the warm fuzzies you need. And all you really need for that is to look into the eyes of the godlit Fangs, and you will get all the warm fuzzies you will ever need from any religion. You'll feel better about yourself. So, boy, I'm going on the outro some. Your timing is impeccable. So, but yes, yeah. So if you need any kind of religious warm fuzzies, I think Fangs does the job. If you need a religious ritual, you can always circumcise a carrot and place it on top of your stash or anything else you find valuable that may protect your stash against Fangs, or he may still steal it. It all really depends on his mood. But like all religious rituals, it has a small percentage chance of success. So it's right there up with all the rest of them. Watch out for all those presupposums, because you never know when they're going to come out and bother you and hiss at you and all that stuff. So make sure you stay away from them. Nom nom and all of that stuff. Appreciate all of you. And as always, folks, live your best life. You only get one go around and then it's over. So you want to take all your time, money, and opportunities and give them to yourself, the people you love and care for, and to make this a better world. You'll be happier if you do, and to waste them on the trappings of religion and faith, because that's a dead end. I speak from experience. And as always, folks, thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you next time. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end to find out how you can support the channel better. Of course, there's always the normal notions of just hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit your notification bell, and share the video with your friends and family that you think would be interested. That's always very appreciated. If you want to support the channel in a more tangible way, there's several options. You can super chat or super thanks in the comments or during a stream. Those are always very welcome. But you also can become a member of the channel. Members have certain perks like getting the videos early, things like that. They also have some good custom emojis during chat. So all of these things are good benefits to members, but they also support this channel and its work to continue to normalize atheism and deconversion, for which I'm very appreciative. It keeps me going, and it keeps me as a content creator being able to do more and more as a content creator. So if you choose those methods of support, thank you very much. And I appreciate you once again for staying to the end and listening to other ways that you can support the channel. Appreciate it. Thanks, and I'll catch you next time.